Welcome back.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome back to another episode of Dad Man Dude. I'm not quite sure what episode number we're at now, but just
A
follow along.
bunch.
Yeah, just follow along. Enjoy
A
it.
bunch. A few couple.
A few couple. A bushel. A bushel of episodes or a bushel of dicks. One way or the other. Speaking of dicks, check out the swag.
Don't be a dick.
Hit us up if you want some of this merch.
If you guys are interested, let us know.
That's right. And okay, you know what? For the 100th follower, we're gonna do a drawing of whoever that person is, and we're gonna send them a DMD t-shirt.
Gift pack.
A gift pack. Let's go with gift pack. I like
gift
that.
pack.
Let's go with a DMD gift pack. And you know what? Like, that is like true shit right there, because you're one of the OGs.
That's it.
One of the DMD OGs.
Do they get an honorary spot on the WADs?
Oh, they definitely get honorary spots on the WADs. 100% they do. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Fun fact, guys, we still haven't discussed that.
You know what's funny, dude? You know what's funny is that, like, I'm actually kind of liking keeping WADs.
Well, and it's grown on me. It really is. I think about it, I'm like, WADs is perfect.
It is. Exactly. I mean, like, we're that kind of asshole, and WADs is perfect for it. Okay, dude. So right before the show, you and I started talking about like fucking nostalgic shit, right? We ended up kind of talking about like, a little bit of how certain podcasts remind you of like Baltimore, and that got me thinking, right? Like, do you remember back in the day when MTV was like prevalent in your life?
Oh my God. That's what I like. I remember coming home from school and watching MTV. We didn't have cable until I think I was definitely late middle school. And I would come home and watch MTV literally from when I got home from school until dinner. And then if I was allowed to, after dinner for like an hour before I had to get ready to go to bed.
That's what I did too. Like, I also watched it in the mornings when I used to get ready.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, dude, they always used to play like Busta Rhymes' Woo-Ha.
Oh,
like,
yes.
Every time. And it used to get me hyped up to go to school.
You're walking down the bus singing along. Like,
yeah. But those were the good old days of when MTV actually still played music videos.
I was going to say, how are they able to keep MTV and not play any music videos?
You know what it is?
It's barely musically related at this point.
No, you know what it is that they started that bullshit of like MTV2, and then they made MTV2 kind of carry the music, but it was whack because like
now there's like 9 different MTVs, bro.
Well, and the thing is that like you wanted the MTV like as part of the core.
All in one.
Yeah, like I don't want to have to go anywhere else to listen to my music.
Bro,
videos.
I love the variety.
I did too.
You had the countdown. You had,
dude.
I mean,
you had you had the various.
Tell
countdowns.
me you did not come home from school and wind up seeing either Aaliyah and being like, man, she's fine, or California Love, and you thought about Mad Max and how that video was kind of scary in the beginning, but then it was okay afterwards.
Okay. Yes, you're 100% accurate there. I really thought you were going to go. I thought you were going to go the route of like when you used to come home and watch an Aaliyah video and you were like, damn, she's hot. And then you watch California Love and then you were like, damn, Tupac's hot. Like I was like, dude, where are you going with this? Not that I mind. I'm just saying, like, that's where I thought you were going. But no, man, like I love that time period of like being able to like get ready, have music videos playing in the background. Like it just hyped you up.
Hell yeah.
It just hyped you up. And then like you talked about also watching it when you used to come home from school. So one of the, I think the best shows that I took for granted, actually. Like, I still watched it, but I never really like put it on blast that I did.
Yeah.
Right? It was TRL,
Oh,
like the Total Request Live with Carson Daly.
hell yeah.
Dude,
I
like
watch TRL every day.
me too. And you know what? You know what's crazy? Like, I think TRL was ahead of its time because like you were able to like send a message while
Right.
the video was playing, and then it like it like
Dude, that
played
was
it back to
crazy.
you.
Yeah.
That was like the original for real social media
Bro,
being on
think about
blast
it.
at that
It
point.
was like Google Meet.
It was.
It was like being in a Zoom meeting.
It was, man.
That was
It
early
was.
on Zoom.
No, I miss those days, man. Like
Hell
I
yeah,
just
dude. And like, so I will say they still had me roped in there when they started like the real world road rules kind of. They started to sprinkle in, along with TRL and everything, all the other music videos from certain times of the day. They would sprinkle in like you know, a road rules
no,
or something cool, and that was cool.
right. No, you know what's funny, dude, is that like with the whole road rules and real world scenario, like it kind of gave me an idea of what I was to expect as an adult,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
Because the thing was that like the only thing that I could really reference at the time was like my own family, right? Like I didn't really have anybody else that I could really like reference. And then when I got into the real world type of scenario, you were like, holy shit, like there are some fucked up people in this world. There's like some weirdos.
Fuck yeah. And I also think that, to be honest, I think that there was a boom in the bar industry in that period of time too.
Oh,
Because think about it, like our age group, not that others weren't, but our age group, I mean, I guarantee if you weren't one, you know a bunch of them. That it was a Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday during the day. Ladies' night was on Tuesdays, like constantly in the bar, right? Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I think that was kind of like it was that party lifestyle we all grew up watching on Real World and Road Rules that kind of pushed everybody out, go to the club, go to the club, go to the club. Because I don't think that really. I mean, I know bars were around, and I know that people went to them. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a business no matter what. But I think there was a push in our generation for that.
I can see that. I can see that. But
Or
if
at
I
least that
really,
party mentality. At least, I mean, I think that might have something to do with the reason why I felt the need to party like I did when I was in my early 20s.
and that's where I'm glad you said it that way because I was about to kind of follow along the same lines where I believe that like road rules and real world, like let's
More
separate those
real
two.
world than road rules.
Exactly. Let's separate that for a little bit, right? So road rules was more of like people traveling together
I also thought
and
it was game showish
it was
a
game
little bit.
shows. Exactly. It was game showish. And it brought the element of reality to it with people living together. And like, yes, there was drama, but it
Oh, yeah.
wasn't like real world drama, right? Like real
Right.
world, I remember watching like I think it was actually road rules or I'm sorry, real world was one of the first scenarios where I actually saw um a person open up about their sexuality
Like on
um
TV.
like on TV. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
And they also opened up about the struggles of actually being what society doesn't want them to be, right? Like
Right.
and seeing that struggle like and at the time I don't think that I really realized the degree of
I
the
definitely think it helped us in our age group formulate opinions on society.
oh, it absolutely did. Oh no, I 100% agree with you that it absolutely did. But like again, like I don't think that we were ready, at least in my age group, right? Like, and I'm saying
No, we
my age
weren't
group,
ready
like
to
yeah,
go through those things, but
right, right. And
it
and I
kind of
think
like set the stage for it a little bit.
yeah, exactly. And I think that like now when I look back on that sort of thing, like that shit was like revolutionary. Like again, that was unheard of. Like you didn't see people opening up about their sexuality. You also didn't see people talking about,
I
like
feel
the
like they don't
struggles that
give
they
I
had.
feel like they don't give those people enough credit for that.
Oh, they don't. They don't.
Because in my opinion, now granted, somebody could say that we're completely wrong and it was done by this person first, whatever. But in my opinion, mainstream society didn't really get to see it until that.
No, 100%, 100%. And again, like I don't think that as a viewer, again, at the time, I really understood the degree of intrusion, if you will, that MTV was making out of these people's lives.
Oh my God, man.
You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying? Like,
and then you start to look at it that way, but then you look at how MTV kind of evolved after that. So I feel like there's been eras of MTV. Like, right? Like in the beginning it was very much music videos all the time. Then it was music videos with some request shows, a little bit of real world kind of stuff in there, a little bit of, then the road rules sprinkled in, but it was still about music in general. And then it kind of moved a little bit during, I think the beginning of it was the real world road rules thing. And then you had like the Robin Big era where like
yeah,
Rob Dyrdek owned MTV,
yeah,
which still pretty much is that.
yeah.
But then you had like the Jersey Shore and all the spin-offs off of Jersey Shore. And that was like a cult in itself. Like it had definitely like a cult following. Like everybody watched that show.
See the thing now that I'm realizing is the fact that like I feel that MTV was always pushing and still is, not as heavily now, but they always push the envelope in regards to train wrecks. You know what I'm saying? Like they want you to be addicted to the train wrecks, right? So like,
Oh yeah.
so like I said, right, like Real World was a train wreck in its own, but then you're right that it evolved into an even bigger train wreck, which was Jersey Shore, right?
Right.
Like honestly, like thinking about Jersey Shore and the reasons why I watched it were just dumb. Like there was no reason for me to watch Jersey Shore. One, like I'm not.
It was like watching a cardboard box burn.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
You don't do it because you actually want to see it. It's just one of those captivating things.
Right. Exactly.
It's called a train wreck for a reason.
No, but like I think that they have been pushing the envelope with that sort of thing, right? I mean, like even after that, I think they were doing what is it, like the teen pregnancy thing? 15 teen mom, that shit. I don't like that shit. That's where like I kind of stopped watching it.
Yeah, because it gets weird. Like I think like Catfish, I think, was the beginning of that era as well.
Yeah.
And it became it. Not that I watched Catfish. Like it's kind of a fucked up thing to watch. To be honest with you, but a lot of people watch it, and I've watched it, and then I don't know though. It's like after the Jersey Shore started, it's like then it became okay for some of these, like, I don't want to say negative, but it's kind of it's some catchy, like gritty shows that have kind of a negative connotation. I mean, the whole idea behind Catfish is that basically somebody lied to somebody else over the internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's, or like fucked with somebody somehow in some way over the internet. Very rarely did it turn out that like it was just legit. And then the same thing kind of with Teen Mom is like it was really about the struggle more than anything else. And I was like, I don't know, got a little dark there, MTV.
Right. Well, and the thing is that like again, I don't think that I was the demographic for Teen Mom. Right. Like, so I think that that's where I kind of disconnected from it. Cause honestly, I can't tell you if I saw anything else beyond Jersey Shore on MTV. Like, I still watched Road Rules once in a while. I'm sorry, Real World once in a while,
Yeah.
but not really. And then like, obviously like you caught the spin-offs of, Jersey Shore, but even then at that point, like it was just too much of a train wreck that you couldn't really continue following. And I guess that's for me. I don't know. Like, if
I really have, the only things that I've watched past Jersey Shore has been Rob Dyrdek related.
Yeah.
Like his portion of MTV I have paid a lot of attention to over the years.
No, but I also think that, like, you know, Derek's part was, I think he was a product of what other networks were also pushing out, right? Because at the time period, you had Tosh.0, right, on Comedy Central, and Tosh.0 had a very similar, um, I guess, show, right? Like they had a very similar
Like shtick.
aspect of it. Yeah, like the aspect of it, like where they would watch videos, they would make fun of the person. Sometimes they would interview who they were. The only difference was that Derek had sidekicks, right? And
Right,
his
and
sidekicks were part of
he wound up doing it in a very America's Funniest Home Videos
right.
YouTube edition.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Dead
You
on,
know what I
right?
mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
which I think is a genius idea.
No, I 100% agree. I 100% agree that I thought it was good. And I
Like,
also enjoyed the commentary that that group brought, because, like, again, it was it was a train wreck of commentary for a train wreck
oh
of
god,
video. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah, oh yeah,
Um, but again, like, I also think that it was because Derek lucked out in that aspect that he was a product of what other networks were also pushing out, right? And again, like,
right.
and Tosh.0, I think, was also a product of Dave Chappelle,
Right.
right? Like, you know, like, obviously
And you
comedies.
could definitely credit Chappelle for the like the beginning of a lot of that too.
Well, shit. I mean, Dave
Because the
Chappelle had a
Chappelle show really kind of
exactly.
kicked off a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the
Brought that
Chappelle
kind of
show,
variety show kind of thing
right?
into play in, modern times,
Yes, yes.
brought it back out from the dormancy that it was under.
No, absolutely. And
Using
I
big words over here, folks.
I know I got to pull up my dictionary and shit.
I
But no, like,
probably mispronounced it. It's fine. Might not even be a real word. I made it up.
who cares? You know what I'm
Sounded
saying?
good.
This is where we make up words, and you're
Dads do it
gonna,
everywhere,
yeah, you're gonna like it, and if you don't, then you can eat a bag of dicks. I mean,
right?
that's what happens. But no, man, like, I really think that they were a product of that, right? And you touch base on the Chappelle show. I think that the Chappelle show ended up pushing a lot of limits on TV,
Oh
right?
yeah.
That allow for some of these other.
I think it definitely made room.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Dave Chappelle had a whole skit on the real world itself.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you remember that, which is fucking hilarious. But I think that, like, we, me personally, I probably would not have watched Derek if I had not watched the Chappelle show.
I would wholeheartedly agree with that.
Yeah.
I think that it put kind of like I said, it was that variety show feel back to things that were like, oh, this was cool. So let me go see if there's other ones. Okay, there's Robin Big, which was kind of variety-ish, and then they pushed it even more with ridiculousness.
yeah,
And
yeah,
now
yeah, yeah.
there's a whole bunch of different ones, but it was definitely it was a cool direction to go into because I mean, I think in that time frame, that's what pretty much everybody knew what it was.
Right, right. No,
Like there
absolutely.
wasn't anybody that was really in the dark,
Absolutely. No, no, no. I'm
unless
100% with you.
you live
Okay.
under a rock.
So I'm gonna veer off for a little bit, just for a tad bit. Okay. Because
Left turn, folks.
left turn. Because we mentioned Dave Chappelle. All right.
We
So
had to get there.
we
We
had to get
had
there.
to.
Did you?
We had to.
All right. So for you listeners, I'm hoping you guys have seen by this point the fact that Dave Chappelle got jumped on stage, which so happened to be that he was on stage with Chris Rock, which is fucking hilarious in itself. And then to have Chris Rock joke that that was Will
Was that Will
Smith.
Smith?
Yeah, that shit was fucking hilarious.
Dude, and like I gotta give it to Dave. Even getting older, he had some good movement there. That guy
He
did
did.
not get a hold of him.
No, he did. He did.
And
That was
then like the presence that he had to like resolve everything, he like gives his son a quick hug and says, "I'm all right, son."
mhm.
And then literally snaps right back into it.
Yeah, yeah,
Like he was punchlining like instantly about the same thing.
yeah. No, absolutely. And here's the thing, man. Like, I don't understand this whole thing of like attacking comedians, like,
Well, actually, I think Joe Rogan brought up that whole thing is that was a big fear for a lot of people in the industry, that whole Will Smith, Chris Rock thing. Um, that it, it almost said, okay, you're allowed to rush the stage at a comedy show if you don't like it. You know what I'm saying?
oh, so
Um,
they're basically saying that
like
that action
Will Smith
created.
was getting some heat from the comedy industry
Mm,
over that for sure, for sure.
I didn't even think about that. I didn't think about it that way. I just like,
Because they're, I mean, and especially now after seeing that so shortly after something happened in reference, to somebody else, they're like, ugh, that's not looking
yeah.
good.
No, and I didn't think about that. But then again, like, okay, what possesses a person to attack somebody on stage?
I have no idea.
I just don't get it. I
I
don't.
I don't understand how we've gotten to a point in time where we take comedy. Need a little pause there, um, and get so fucking mad about it.
Yes, I don't understand it, dude. I don't like. Look,
Dude,
dude.
I'm telling you right now, if it was like this 15 years ago and George Carlin took the stage,
Right,
like Dennis Leary,
right.
uh, some of these guys that are, from
I mean, like,
our
dude.
childhood, maybe
Yeah,
not
yeah,
even the
yeah.
earlies, maybe not even the super
No,
early,
I'm thinking
not
like,
the
like the
Cosbys, not any
no,
of that, but like the late 90s, early 2000s
yeah,
era comedians.
yeah, I'm thinking about the guys that like ended up like making fun of people with really sensitive shit, right? Like, so like Patrice O'Neill, he was one of them that like was like fucking rapid firing and like he was making fun of people. Like another one was
Bobcat,
um Bobcat. Yeah, 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 exactly. Um God, what's his
Sam
name?
Kinison.
Oh my god, yes, yes. Although,
And
dude,
which I don't I want to be clear, I'm not discrediting any of them. I like all of their stuff. I like comedy in general. I'm not saying anything negative. I'm just saying that those guys were a lot more
ruthless.
rough on, like, not those specific issues, but if somebody if somebody got offended about it, they were going to pick at it.
Right, right. And no, and you nailed it right there. I mean, um, there's a lot of comedians, like you said, that I think of like that have passed or have retired that I know for a fact would have gotten their ass whooped if society was the way that it was now. Which again, I don't understand why it is that we have to take an aggression on comedians. Like, comedians are there to tell stories. Some of those stories are not real. Some of those stories
Well,
are an enhancement of what really happened or an exaggeration of what really happened. And like, I don't understand why it is that we take that shit so serious. Like, I can't see somebody doing that shit to like fucking Steven Spielberg. You know what I'm
I'm telling
saying?
you right now, and I believe I mentioned this in our podcast where we discussed the Will Smith Rock thing a little bit more in depth. But he could stand Chris Rock could stand up there and talk about my wife. I'm fine.
Right, exactly. Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean,
I'm fine. Like
I'm with you too.
and that's my thing is like it's not like if one of the funniest comedians in the world wants to talk about my wife and joke about it, and if it's something that's really going to get a laugh, who cares?
Mhm.
Who cares?
No, and
Like
that's it.
it's comedy. Like nobody takes I would hope that every comedian, yes, they want to be taken seriously in their career, but the stuff that comes out of their mouth, I mean, it's a joke.
Well,
Like,
exactly. Well, and
and
the
and
thing.
we're all the butt of the joke. Like,
Well,
that's the other important part that I want everybody to know is like, no matter your race, uh,
yeah,
religion,
color, creed,
color, creed, who you like, who you
yeah, sexual
identify
orientation,
as,
gender, yeah, whatever.
gender, what it doesn't matter. There's jokes about all of us.
Right, right. It
There's jokes about overweight, middle-aged white dudes with beards and tattoos and clear glasses.
right,
But
exactly.
I'm not crying myself to sleep, folks.
No, and that's the
Like,
thing, man. I mean, like this is where like people need to understand that like, and I know I'm probably gonna get some heat for this, but people need to understand that this is one person's opinion, right? Driving this storyline, and I'm sitting here fighting, physically fighting, not even like verbal, physically fighting somebody that doesn't even know me.
Right. So I want to add this in there too, because there's another reason why I'm super disappointed that anybody decided to attack Dave Chappelle for whatever fucking reason that they did it.
Mhm.
Um, so I think that Dave Chappelle has brought attention to some of the unfair treatment of some of these people.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
I don't think that Dave Chappelle made the Dave Chappelle show and had the entire section about about racism. It wasn't just to be funny; it was to show you that racism is fucking dumb. Like,
Right, right,
it's
right.
dumb enough to laugh at. You know what I'm
N-
saying? Like, in my
n-
opinion,
No, 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 no. I'm with you because
that's how I
like
took it, and I thought he kind of paved the road for like, let's talk about that shit out in the open.
no, and
Like,
and I think that I'm buying what you're selling right now. Like I'm 100% subscribing to the shit you're saying right now.
well, I think when somebody like Dave Chappelle makes jokes about something, people are talking about you. That means you're normal. That means you're
Right,
one of us.
right. Well, and the
In
thing
my
is that
and that's just my view on it. Like, I don't care what anybody else does in their own personal life.
right. Well, the
It
thing is
doesn't
that like
bother me.
the
Like,
the, the
whatever
thing
you
that
do is what you do.
exactly, exactly. Well, and the thing that I enjoy about the likes of Dave Chappelle, Richard Pryor. I mean, like you said George Carlin, like these people that like actually push the envelope, right? Like and there's a thin line. I get it. Okay. I'm gonna touch base on that here in a minute. But um like those people push the line to make those things that were very uncomfortable to us become comfortable,
And
right?
funny.
Because and funny, right? Because the thing was that like, stereotypes come from somewhere, right? Stereotypes, like they have some validation that it happened
Some
somewhere,
root
right?
to
Yeah,
that.
somebody saw it. Somebody saw it somewhere and they probably saw it more than once, right? And like again, right? Like sticking to like Hispanic stereotypes, which I've heard in the past, right? Like the whole thing where, we have one car and it's like 80 of us, right? Like, dude, do you realize how many times I've like been in a car with like 80 people? Like it happens.
Right?
It happens. I mean, like and again, right? Like the stereotype comes from the fact that like we as Hispanics, we tend to have this connection with like extended family, right?
Right.
Like and it's okay for us to have this really close relationship with a cousin that we see like once every 6 months, right? So
Right.
it's very common for us to be able to say, "Hey, do you guys want to go here?" and then all of us cram into a car. So the stereotype comes from somewhere and it has some validation to it and it's real, right? So to
Right.
me, these comedians like Dave Chappelle, Richard Pryor, they made it okay for us to laugh at those things, right? That way it didn't become so abnormal. It didn't become so weird. And it also allowed for other people to see how fucking ridiculous it is for you to make fun of something that is real, right?
I also think that part of that takes weight off of the actual derogatory statement.
Absolutely. Yeah.
If somebody can say it in such a way where it makes everyone laugh, no
Hmm.
matter what, or everyone at least kind of giggle along, right? Some people think it's funnier than others, whatever. But I think it pulls weight out of the actual improper use of it. Let's
Yeah, yeah,
say,
yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
as
Yeah.
far as like if it's a statement or even a stereotype or anything, like if you're laughing about it, it's not meant to hurt anybody.
Right, right, right. Exactly. Exactly.
And like, it's no secret, people like edgy stuff. And I'll be honest with you, that's where this kind of ties back into the MTV thing.
No,
Is
I'm
people are a glutton for the train wreck.
yes,
So like
absolutely.
comedians follow right along that same line of let me create a train wreck that people can't help but watch and follow along at every word, but I want it to be hilarious.
Right. No,
You know what
absolutely.
I'm saying? Like, I think that's a goal for anybody doing a great special.
No, and the thing, and again, right, like the thing is that, and I touched base a little bit on the thin line, right? That line is going to be crossed all the time, right? Because people have different point of views. They have different ways that they've lived things. They have different ways that they see these things, right? So it's up to us to be able to go and say, okay, this shit was just a joke. And I know, again, I know that some people are going to look at it and be like, well, but that joke was also hurtful to a specific group of people. Yes, it was, but so is a cartoon, right? So is
Right.
a a statement made by our president, right? Like there's so many variables. Somebody's going to get hurt along the process, but it's a matter of how we digest it and then how we live through it that makes us who we are. And that's where like I don't understand this animosity towards comedians. And also like the other thing that people don't understand is that like we as a society, we tend to look at comedians and actors and like athletes as role models. And like they didn't sign up to be role models. They signed up to do their craft. Right? Like for example, like for me,
That's
right?
an artistic expression.
Right, like for me, right? Like the shit that I say in this podcast, some shit my kids hear, right? Because
Absolutely.
I'm open with that sort of thing, right? Like it's how I speak. But at the same time, I'm also teaching them that they can't use this language everywhere that they go, right? Like you can't be an asshole everywhere you go, and you also can't be as a straight shooter every time that you're feeling like wanting to like just be a straight shooter. Like you have to have limitations. So the same thing applies here, is that like we also have to understand where we sit as a society and how these elements play in our lives, right? So now to bring it back to the MTV stuff, right? Like I'm with you that this train wreck, like MTV basically figured out the recipe for train wrecks. That's what they did. And
Right.
it's so happened to their fault that they kept the name MTV. Right? What they should have done is they should have branched off to something else, right? Not called it MTV. Call it
TWTV.
right. Right, exactly. Yeah, Trainwreck TV. Call it Trainwreck TV. Who cares?
I know I confused everybody else with ADD like myself out there by saying TW and not realizing right off the bat that Rec starts with a W.
You absolutely did. Like
Just
half,
created a train wreck right
yeah,
there.
right, right. Half of us are like, what? Um, but no, like,
TW.
right, T Dubs. But I think that like we, like MTV was able to really create a recipe for what train wrecks should be like and how we should enjoy them as people, right? Now, again, I enjoy everything that MTV put out. That's where it gets really hard because I
But
am
I'm also quite disappointed that we've completely axed the music video from day to day life.
exactly that is the part that like we basically allowed MTV to create this train wreck, which we love, but it was to the detriment of music videos, which I also seem to like. Right? Like dude, MTV, okay. When I was
Okay, so
watching
my earliest memory, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
no, no,
my
no, go
earliest
for it.
memory of music videos and MTV, most of the people in my dad's family were involved in the volunteer fire department, and I was there in the chief's office and saw Sir Mix-a-Lot put him on the glass on MTV, and then I fell in love with music videos. I
Yeah.
had to have been like 12, 13.
Dude, okay. The reason why I fell in love with MTV, one was because of the music videos already. But you know who fucking made that shit hype? And I hate to give this motherfucker credit, but he was up there. Was Puff Daddy.
Oh yes.
Dude, Puff Daddy was spending a lot of money. Like
This man
anytime,
was making movies out of
right,
music
right.
videos.
Every time that I saw Hype Williams as the director of a movie
Like,
or of a video, like I'm like, that's high budget shit. That's gonna be a movie.
he spent a lot of money on that. I'm gonna watch it.
Right, right. But like I enjoyed those videos, dude. I
Well, I
enjoyed
mean,
that
I
sort of
brought it
thing.
up in the beginning. California Love. Bro, that music video was like the coolest fucking thing ever.
Yes.
But like that had to be a billion. Like I gotta look it up right now.
I'm gonna go with that video was probably, I'm gonna go 10 mil. And if I'm wrong, then you can, with all due respect, you can fuck off.
Oh, here we go.
10 mil, baby.
Dude, that was in 95? Oh no, I'm sorry.
It could have been.
No, he was in prison in 95. My bad.
Oh, okay. I don't know, man. That sounds right. But then again, he was in prison a lot during that time period.
I mean, you know, a little prisoner.
Little prison there. You sound like Oprah. And you get prison.
And you get prison. And you get prison. I don't know. Here, let's look at the Wikipedia.
So while you're looking up the value of this music video, but yeah, like I enjoyed the music videos that Puff Daddy put out.
Fuck yeah.
Like they were just movies. They were mini movies. And again, it allowed you to enjoy the music even more, right? Because you had visuals to the music. And not that, you know, some of the music needs it because the lyrics are outstanding, but, and I'm not talking about Puff Daddy's lyrics because they were whack.
It's like people that say they like Mace.
Dude, okay, look. I'm one of those people.
I didn't say I didn't listen to it.
Oh, okay, good. Because I'm like, dude, I like Mace.
Listen, I didn't say I didn't listen to it, but
But you're not gonna go out and buy an album, is what you're saying.
No.
Okay.
I never owned the Mace album.
Fair enough.
I owned the Puff Daddy album.
I did own the Mace album.
And that explains a lot, sir. But okay, here's the only number one important thing.
Okay.
Did you own the Rough Riders Anthem album?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Okay, then you're fine. You're fine.
Dude, fuck yeah.
You're fine.
Dude, I still play that song to this day. The Rough Rider Anthem.
Dude. And I always do it like I'll be driving down the highway and some dude will be splitting lanes and fly by me on a bike. And then I'm like, I need to listen to the Rough Riders Anthem real quick.
Right. You know what it is?
This is the reason why I wanted a street bike.
But you know what it was? Is that like, I think the Rough Riders Anthem was one of the hardest fucking videos that there were, right? Like you had these guys that were riding their motorcycles through the inner streets of New York, right? Which I know that they did that in Baltimore too. So I know that hit home for you. But it was also DMX barking the whole fucking time. I mean, like, how do you hate on that?
Right?
How do you hate on DMX barking?
R.I.P. DMX.
R.I.P.
He said goodbye to a layer of our childhood there.
That is true. I can't do it like him.
No.
Yeah,
I tried. We're no.
We're gonna have to erase that part. But I'm really not going to because I need you to hear how ridiculous I sounded compared to DMX.
Right, but the fact that you make that noise is just in honor of DMX.
Dude, the fact that I'm comfortable making that noise in front of like in a microphone is for sure all due to DMX.
Hell yeah.
DMX made barking sound awesome on the mic.
I still have not been able to figure out how much that music video.
Look, dude, we're just gonna keep going. Like eventually you're gonna bring this price up. It may be on this episode, it may be on the next one. But it
may be on like 10 away from now, but I'm going to find
it. Shit, you're like, dude, you're like Internet Explorer. Like you're gonna come out like 10 episodes later and just be like 10 million. Like 10 million what? That's how much the video was. But no, man, like, you know, like the whole MTV era, there was a lot of good stuff about it.
Oh,
Like, oh, you found it?
Oh, $6.5 million.
Oh, I was off by a bit. I said 10 mil.
The music, it's 6 minutes and 29 seconds long.
Right. And it's all fucking extras. Like, it's not like you're paying
For
somebody.
$6.5 million.
Yeah.
I mean, they did have a helicopter in that shit.
Dude, okay, but like, okay, I bet you that music video is not as much as like I'm gonna go with Victory. Look up Puff Daddy's Victory and see how much that video costs. I bet you that video was more expensive than California Love.
2.7.
How much?
2.7.
That's it?
That's it.
Get the fuck out of here.
Um,
Okay, then do Hypnotize. I mean, because Hypnotize had a yacht and a plane and a helicopter and Biggie and Puff Daddy in flashy suits. And Biggie also had a cane. You know that cane was fucking expensive.
that was a $100,000 cane. It had to be. God damn it.
I feel like this is like heavy research right now.
It is. It is.
Like I feel like you're going through like the deep web just to find this aspect. I'm gonna say, okay, look, if I had to put, Victory was 2.5 minutes. I still don't believe that.
That's what it says. So I have a list of the most expensive music videos.
Okay.
I can honestly say I am not surprised by the first one.
Oh, okay, go for it. What is it?
It was from 1995. It's Michael and Janet Jackson, Scream.
Oh, yeah. That had a lot of like CGI.
$12.4 million.
That had a shit ton of CGI, dude.
And
then, that was when CGI was still like not prevalent, so I can see that being expensive.
Bro. So 2, 3, and 4 are all Madonna.
Madonna? Okay, let me guess one.
Okay.
For Madonna, expensive music video, I'm gonna say fuck, I can't think of anything that would be that expensive. Maybe music?
Nope. Die Another Day, Express Yourself, and Bedtime Story.
Why would Express Yourself be so expensive? It was just her in like a fucking suit, like in a black and white video.
10.9 million.
That's fucking ridiculous.
And then we go to Guns N' Roses
for November Rain.
Estranged.
Oh, what?
Right.
What else is on that list? I'm curious now.
The next one down is number 6 is Michael Jackson, Black or White. I could see that.
I could see that because it has Macaulay Culkin, and that was fucking half of the budget right there.
7.9 million.
Yeah, I can see that.
Gwen Stefani, Make Me Like You was 4.5.
What?
Yeah. Cartoon Heroes by Aqua was 5.5 million.
Dude, I didn't even know Aqua had anything else other than Barbie Girl.
Right. Rollin' by Limp Bizkit, 4.6 million. Dude, that was just a bunch of white people dancing in a.
Dude, that new era had is expensive, bro. He needed at least 15 of them for that.
Dude, I could have filmed that with my iPhone and like 30 of my best friends. Oh, well, I got to give you a little bit credit. Number 10 is Victory by Puff Daddy.
And that was how much? 2.5?
No, it has it listed here as 4.4.
Still though, you're telling me that video was less expensive than California Love?
Oh, well, yeah.
I don't get it.
MC Hammer, Too Legit to Quit, 4.9 million.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Oh, Mariah Carey, Jay-Z, that was up there,
Yeah.
4 million.
Yeah, I can see that. All
Um,
right, out of that whole list, you got to hit me with one that I'm gonna be like, what?
got it right here.
Okay.
Celine Dion,
My heart will go on.
It's All Coming Back to Me Now.
Fuck Celine Dion, dude. Seriously. Dude, I don't know.
$3.9 million.
Okay, listeners, I don't know what it is, but I fucking hate Celine Dion. I don't know what it is. Like poor woman, she's like probably a beautiful French Canadian like person, and I'm not talking about like facial features and like body features. I'm talking about like inside, right? Like where it matters. Yeah. Anyways, where it matters, like I just feel like Celine Dion, just like she's just a bitch. Like
Celine Dion, the original Karen. Dude, I hope because of me they start selling Celine Dion t-shirts.
You
right?
nailed it with that. Celine Dion is the original Karen.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, there's no other way about it.
Like, okay, like Celine Dion to me is like that type of asshole that like takes her socks off and then leaves one in the couch, right? And then you find it 3 days later.
At you for it?
Yeah, you find it 3 days later, and then she goes, "Well, I told you it was there." Like that's what Celine Dion type of like bitch is like to me. Like she's just an asshole.
I mean, the other thing is coming in at number 36 is the Thong Song
by Cisco.
Yeah, 1.5 million.
I don't know. I don't even know why I said by Cisco. Like there's another Thong Song. Okay, no, but you know what? Like I can see that one costing a lot of money because that one also had a lot of like video edits. Like, do you remember when he did like that fucking little leg sweep and then stomped the ground and the ground shook a little bit? Like, yeah, that I can see that costing some money. And plus, dude, Cisco's hair cost a lot.
Bro, to spray paint that shit on,
that's what I'm saying.
It's pretty up there.
The motherfucker was like the 90s version of the Tin Man. With the silver hair and shit.
It was like the Frost Miser before it was cool to be a Frost Miser.
Absolutely.
Was covered in silver everything.
Absolutely.
Platinum.
I'm platinum. No, that's
you know what's funny is seeing that there's literally songs on this list that I don't remember.
Like hit me with one.
Oh, that's because they're not here in the United States.
Oh, like they're okay.
That's a foreign language. I can't pronounce that.
Okay.
Lil Dicky, Pillow Talking.
That's on the top list.
700,000.
I don't think I've ever seen Pillow Talking. Now I'm gonna have to go see it. And I like Little Dicky.
I love Little Dicky.
Little Dicky, if you want to come on the show,
all day,
man, all day. Dude, if you've not listened to Little Dicky's freestyle on Sway in the Morning,
you're
missing out. No, but
there's multiple.
There's multiple, but there's one where he's
Sway.
Sitting,
oh my god,
dude, he's sitting. He's with Sway, and he's next to Kel from Keenan and Kel.
Yep.
And he does that freestyle. That is probably one of the sickest freestyles I've heard in my life.
That kid is truly talented.
Yes, he is. He's hilarious, and he's also lyrically gifted.
Extremely gifted.
Extremely gifted. That's true. See, wouldn't that be fucking awesome if we could watch that shit on MTV? But no, we can't because MTV.
And there isn't even like
shit.
an MTV After Dark or anything anymore.
Right,
where they just
that's
play
what
music
I'm saying.
videos. Because I remember that was a cool thing to do too. Is like if you were hanging out with your friends, whatever, and it was after 10 o'clock, you just fucking throw on MTV. It's music videos. You listen to music, watch the video, bullshit, drink, do whatever you're doing, whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, Okay, you know what I think it was? Now I'm thinking about this as we're like talking about this.
Okay.
Do you remember this channel that came out that was called The Box, and you could request music videos through The Box?
Yes.
I think
Yes.
that was too much of a competitor for MTV. You know what I'm saying? Because The
But
Box was starting to like come up,
right.
and they used to charge you like I think $1.99 if you wanted to play a video.
That and wasn't there like there was a couple other I don't think any of them really I mean well VH1, but there was a couple other like competitions there
I mean, you had
with
like
MTV. Like
oh
but
with
they
MTV.
played music videos on cable.
Oh yeah. I mean, like well, you had BET.
BET.
Yeah, you
And I
had B.
think I don't we might even be not giving the credit to the correct network who did it first. Like wasn't it VH1 that started kind of throwing in some of the like reality kind of stuff first, maybe?
No, no. Because I know what you're talking about, but I think VH1 started after. Like they did like the whole fucking what's Flavor of Love.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like
That
I
was
think
after.
that was
Right.
after. I think that was no, the one thing that VH1 did have that I wish would come back to this day is pop-up videos.
Oh, I loved pop-up videos.
That shit was awesome. Like you got like a little fact thrown
But I
at
think
you.
that's why but I also think that that little pop-up deal was why the TRL thing worked out so well.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's a
Because
good point.
that was like pop-up messages and you could have your message pop up.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. But on pop-up videos, it was strictly just like facts about the
Like
video.
weird facts.
Yeah, like it was like they played like Madonna's. Like I still remember this. They played Madonna's "Like a Virgin,"
Oh
and then
yeah.
they
I
did something.
remember the exact thing.
Yeah, they did something like the lion costs $300 a day or some shit like that. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like that's the type of shit that they would give you in those facts, which was amazing. Um, but no, man, like I really wish that MTV would come back with a music video aspect because I still watch music videos to this day. Like
Oh, I
one of my favorite
every time
things,
I hear like the most popular song, I always want to see the music video, so I wind up
yeah,
having to just go on YouTube and do it that way.
no, like one of my favorite things, dude, is to like watch a music video and then read the lyrics as I'm watching the video. I love that shit. And I don't know how many other people like do that. I consider that my reading time. um,
It's like watching a book on tape while you're reading a book.
nailed it. Yes, that's
Listening
exactly.
to a book on tape
That's exactly what it's
while
like.
you're reading it
Yes,
and
yes,
watching the video.
it's amazing. And if you haven't done it, then you're missing out.
Triple consumption, folks. Triple consumption. Let's go.
There it is.
It's a new way to listen to music videos.
That's what I was gonna say. Is that the new thing?
I think you're pioneering some things here. Man.
No, I think how am I pioneering? You're the one that just said it. I think you're the pioneer.
No, but I'm just describing what you're doing.
Oh, okay. So what is it called? Triple consumption?
Triple consumption.
I like that. I like that. Maybe we'll do
Be a
something
new
on triple
rating score for
consumption.
music.
Yeah. Maybe
Can I
we'll
get some
do a triple consumption.
Some triple consumption numbers here, gentlemen.
Dude, you're onto something.
Heard it here first, folks.
That's fucking awesome. Awesome. This is why you need to subscribe, like our videos,
comment down below.
Yes. Like
hit us up on all our social media platforms. Check them out.
Yeah. Send us ideas.
On fire lately.
Send us ideas.
Right.
You know, tell us things that we could improve on. Tell us whether or not MTV was better than VH1 or VH1 better than BET.
Nah,
you want to know.
I have to say my list real quick goes MTV, BET, VH1 if I have to.
Yeah, I'm with you there. 100%. Okay, like the thing was
like
that
on Sunday mornings when church was on BET.
Right, like
I typically might venture over to VH1.
Right, like here's the way that I handled it. Right, So I would put on MTV first, right? And if MTV had like some bullshit like teen pregnancy,
or
which
Hours of Kenny G.
or Hours of Kenny G, right? Then I would transition over to BET. And usually in BET, I was always watching The Basement.
Oh yeah.
So for those of you that have watched BET, that's some good shit. That's some really good shit. The Basement was awesome. But if The Basement wasn't on, or if BET also had some random shit, because at one point they were also doing like some weird sitcoms on
Yeah. There was a
BET.
couple strange ones.
Yeah, but if you then went from BET to VH1, like that transition was huge because like you
Oh,
ended up going from
you felt like you walked into a Hallmark store.
you
Like you
did,
got
dude.
that really awkward, like old white people feeling.
Yes, yes. Like the
Like
type of shit you would
this is what my grandma watches.
right, right. Like you would normally see on MTV. You would have anything
Perfect
from like
example. I just mentioned Kenny G. That's the only place you'll ever see a Kenny G music video is VH1.
that is true.
They
Like
exist, folks. They exist.
that like Meatloaf, Brian Adams,
Oh,
R.I.P.
ooh.
R.I.P. Meatloaf,
R.I.P.
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 Meatloaf, um, R.I.P. Meatloaf. He was on that channel a lot.
Dude, I wonder how much that music video cost.
Oh, I bet you that's expensive.
Because that was that was another one that had to be that it had to been up there in the 6 minute range.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
And it was very theatrical
Yes,
for its time.
yes, absolutely. You know, you know what I just thought about, dude?
What?
Do you realize that like Hype Williams was the equivalent of Michael Bay? Like, like in terms of like how much they abused like the technotronics and like
Oh my God.
all that shit, like how they like made videos even more ridiculous.
Oh.
So Hype Williams was the equivalent of Michael Bay. Um, but no, man, like MTV, if you could bring back music videos, I would love you forever. Um,
And don't make me go look for them on other channels, please.
right. Yes. Yeah. Because that's the thing. Like you also like I used to, the thing that I
But
like.
I do have to ask, like, do we have this ask of bringing back music videos? I mean, at least the majority still make a music video, but does everybody?
I think they still do, man.
Really?
Yeah, I think they still do. I think that like
I just wonder if that would also cause the cost of music videos to go down.
if more people made them or what?
Like just in the way that music is consumed these days.
Oh.
The fact that MTV isn't so prevalent for music videos.
See, I don't know, man. Like I think
Like YouTube's huge on it. Don't get me wrong. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like I think that you could definitely have.
I think they might be able to get a little more risky with them too.
They could. They very well could. But here's the thing, right? Like the thing that I liked about MTV was the fact that like you could have different variations of that music video, right? Like so you saw the music video in like a wake up morning show, right? Which like all you had was the music video playing and then that was it, right? Or you could listen to that music video on MTV or on Yo MTV Raps, right? And then they gave you history on how that music video came about, right? Or the artist itself, right? Like, I mean, shit, I still remember like one of my favorite MTV VJs was Matt Pinfield because that motherfucker knew everything.
Oh, everything.
Yeah, like Matt Pinfield.
Like my mind was blown all the time.
Oh, me too. Me too. But like again, like you were digesting it in a different format, right? Like I don't think that you get that from YouTube. And sure, you can watch different channels on YouTube, but you have to hunt for those.
Right. You have to like go look for them.
Right. It's not like you just get them right off the bat like MTV would have back in the day. So I wish that MTV would bring back music. I wish that they would just bring back music videos. We would enjoy them. We would
give me a 2-hour block a day.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And do a little more than just pop.
Right, right. Yes, exactly. Like,
I think the best. I look back at the best years of MTV, in my opinion, and that's when it was a true variety. right? Where you had like there was an R&B hour, there was a rock hour, there were like, and they were like the shows kind of morphed and changed over time. So like I don't want to just say specific shows, but like there was rap, it was a little bit of everything kind of mixed in
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like that would be my only fears if they try to bring it back now, would be only what's hot. And that's it.
Oh, you mean like a top 40 type of thing?
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see that. I can see that.
But I liked a little bit of a difference. And with a couple shows sprinkled in there.
But
Like a
see, like,
couple sitcom-y shows.
see, okay, like I would also like the MTV where they would have shit about music.
Right.
Right. Like so for
learning
example, like
stuff.
right. Have you ever seen Nardwuar, the serviette, the human serviette?
No.
Okay, so Nardwuar is a Canadian persona. He does phenomenal interviews of music artists. Actually, he
Okay.
does it for like all kinds of celebrities, but music artists is the predominant one. And I'll send it to you. But there was a interview that he did with Pharrell Williams, where he gave Pharrell Williams a record of the Rump Shaker, right? And yeah, and Pharrell Williams like took it, and then he was like, you know, just kind of looked at him, and then like Narwhal was like, "This was your first album, right?" And then like Pharrell Williams was like,
I have seen that guy pop up.
"Yeah," and then he was like, "How did you know that?" You know what I'm saying? So like, to me, having that caliber of show on the MTV platform would be okay.
Huge.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That would be
Like,
amazing.
I just don't want to have the Real World, the Jersey Shore, the
I don't need to
pregnancy,
see
Teen Moms.
what
I don't want to see
happens
that.
to the Snooki's kids
Right.
from the Jersey Shore.
Right.
I don't
right.
need to see Snooki's kids visit the Jersey Shore for the first time. I don't care.
Right. Like I want MTV where like you show me how like shit, even MTV Cribs was fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I'll even watch that shit.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like if they could make TV shows that incorporate music, I would be 100% with it, but I don't want to see the train wrecks. Like, or don't get me wrong, I do want to see the train wrecks. I just don't want to see them with my music.
Right. I want a sprinkle all around.
Right. Yes. Like absolutely.
I want a sectioned plate.
Yes. Yes. So you basically want
give me my plate back from the picnic. MTV.
Right. You want like a cafeteria tray.
Yes. I want a cafeteria tray for it is in a TV show form.
Sold. Let's pitch that.
Let's do it.
I think we can make it happen. But yeah, man, I really wish MTV would bring that shit back. It would bring a lot of great memories. It would also make me watch music a lot more. Well, it would make me follow music a lot more. And I love.
I also got to ask, what are the MTV awards about now? Then, like,
that's true.
I mean, I guess they still show the music videos on the other, channels or whatever they have, but still, like, I feel like it takes some of the like. Is there an MTV award for like best YouTube video of the year? Like,
right, exactly. But no, man, like imagine like and imagine all these newcomers, right? These new artists that have no idea what it's like to have your music video on a TV show. You know what I'm saying? Like all they know is YouTube.
And they don't know what it feels like to have it in MTV when MTV was like
in its prime. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, you know what? MTV, stop fucking up. Give us that channel.
Bring it back.
Yeah, bring back. We said it on another episode too. Bring back R&B.
Yes, please.
Bring back music videos.
Can I get some Montel Jordan, please?
That's exactly. Like, let me get some Usher.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like let me get some shit that I'm either going to be like crying in the tub with like a tub of ice cream, or I'm gonna be like bumping and grinding on like a teddy bear because that's all I got. Because I don't, you know what I'm saying?
Like, can we get pre-molester
R. Kelly
back? Like,
yeah, can we get like
shit? weird shit R. Kelly back. Can we get like
can we get like I Believe I Can Fly R. Kelly?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
or even pre I Believe I Can Fly R. Kelly. Like,
well, then you're talking about like pre Aaliyah.
True.
And that was when, well, he was probably still fucking messing with kids back then, but like it wasn't as prevalent or well known.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, I don't know.
I feel like
I don't want to think about it.
I know. I feel like I just ruined that for you. Like you're like, I was actually trying to get R. Kelly back, but okay, that's cool. Thanks for ruining.
Like I'm not trying to get R. Kelly back because I think the stuff that he did, like he's one of the people that, in my opinion, like if he did some stuff like that, he needs to never be heard from, never make another dollar in his life due to it.
I agree.
I wholeheartedly agree on, extreme punishments for crimes of that nature. But at the same time, like I can't take back the fact that it was part of the music that I listened to in my childhood.
Yeah. No. I'm with it. Like
and
you want
enjoyed.
Them, yeah, like you want them to bring back like Monica and Brandy and like RJ. Is it RJ? RJ? No. Oh my God. What's Brandy's brother?
Why?
Isn't it sad that I just like I can't think of his name and now I'm thinking of just like Kim Kardashian sex video. I just want to be like Ray J. Yes, thank you, Ray J. Yes, Ray J. God, I could not think of Ray J. But yeah, like bring shit like that, like fucking yeah. I can't even think of names because that's how removed I am from R&B because it's not around anymore.
Well, hang on. I got to Google this because I know that there's some that were like complete genuine.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Little Belle Biv DeVoe.
Yes. Poison.
Dude, and like this, we're talking like early childhood too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Casey and JoJo.
Dude, okay, look.
All for One.
Okay, look. That's another one I'm going to tell you. Casey and JoJo can suck a dick. I cannot stand Casey and JoJo. And the reason was because they played that fucking song like what is it? All My Life. Yeah, that shit. I've been thinking about, fuck that song.
What about All for One?
Dude, All for One's the shit. All for One's the shit.
Blackstreet?
Oh, Blackstreet was awesome, dude.
Oh, yeah.
No diggity, no doubt.
Absolutely.
See, man, like, fuck. Bring back music videos.
Destiny's Child.
I wasn't a big fan.
I wasn't a big fan of Destiny's Child.
Yeah. I mean, like,
Sweat.
Yeah.
They played that at every school dance.
Oh, absolutely.
And I don't think the teachers knew how dirty it was.
No, I don't think that they cared at the time.
I think they were like, why do these kids want to listen to this song? I don't get it. I don't understand.
No. So, MTV, we're begging you. Make a
Please.
channel with just music videos.
Can we get like just Boys to Men?
Oh, yes.
Bring them back.
Yes. Do like the Boys to Men and Mariah Carey era.
Yes.
Sick.
Yes.
Sick. But yeah.
Genuine. Like you can't live life without a little bit of Pony.
No, of course not.
Like if the hair on the back of your neck doesn't stand up when you hear that first like 4 seconds of that song, you're dead to me.
That is true. I'm with you there.
Dead to me.
I do love that song. But yeah, so what's our lesson for today's episode?
I think our lesson is be a little nostalgic. Look back. Remember that MTV wasn't just shows. Jersey Shore. Remember that it's our fault for consuming the train wrecks.
There we go.
Let's take some self-ownership here.
Yeah, let's take some responsibility. you
We
fucking
gave them the
assholes.
ratings to make those decisions, folks.
Yeah, we did. We did do that.
You get what you ask for.
That's right. That's right. Then
Maybe
the
that's
other,
the lesson.
well, you know what? That is a very good lesson. You get what you ask for. But also,
Now we're asking for you to bring it back because we fucked up.
yeah, exactly. And also, like, stop being a dick to people you shouldn't be a dick to. Like,
Right.
comedians are gonna be comedians, man. Like,
Right. That's just supposed to be funny.
yeah.
If you don't think it's funny, that's fine. But
yeah, find something else. Just like a music video, right? If you don't like fucking Pony, then go watch Celine Dion. I don't know.
right, Karen.
Karen.
Don't be a
yeah.
dick, Karen.
Yeah, don't be a dick. Okay? Watch shit that you would enjoy.
Yeah, but I will say that Genuine Pony is that's probably a song you could play and like that's the kryptonite to Karen. I think I just figured this out right here, folks.
So you think that you can fix a Karen with Genuine?
Yes. If we bring back Genuine, because think about it. All the Karens, the majority of Karens, right? If you played that song, they would instantly turn into freaks right in front of you.
I like where you're going with this. So it's almost like a little fucking
It's like
siren,
a cure.
right? It's like a cure. Okay, you know what? I'm going to DM Celine Dion some Genuine Pony, and I'm going to see what she says.
I'm done.
Done.
I think everybody here that's following along should DM Celine Dion
You know what?
and
Yes.
send her the music video.
All of you listening right now, send Celine Dion a message with Genuine's Pony.
And Celine Dion, if you catch wind of this, this is just an experiment.
Yeah, and this is
We
for
mean
fun.
no hate by it. This is for fun.
This is for fun. We are comedians in our own way, but not really.
Right. So we're
like
doing social experiments here.
we're doing a social experiment. So don't kick our ass. I don't know how.
Yeah,
to
we're
fight.
trying to learn things.
Yeah, we're trying to learn that you're not a bitch.
Right.
So please help us, Celine Dion.
That's
science.
That's a married man's argument stopper right there.
Oh, for real. Like, I just fucking dropped the gauntlet on Celine Dion right now. So Celine Dion, stop being a bitch and fucking bump and grind to some Genuine, some Montel Jordan, and you're gonna be happy.
Right. Take you to a happy place.
Take it to a happy place.
We out, folks.
We
Till
out.
next time.
Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to share our content with other people you may know. Don't forget to...
Top secret, if you're interested in entering in that giveaway early, go ahead and type down in the comments. It would mean that you would have had to listen all the way to the end to get this.
Yeah.
But type down in the comments that Celine Dion equals Karen.
Yeah, exactly.
Let us know that you heard us.
Let us know.
And we'll get you an early entry in there.
There you go. Yeah. Okay, here it is. If you drop a Celine Dion comment in our video and you also subscribe to our channel, we're gonna enter you to a swag giveaway.
Yeah, we'll do a whole separate one.
Yep.
I like it. Off the cuff.
On that note, we out.
We out.
Bye.